Welcome back to Blackpool. Just 3 last 16 places up for grabs. Our next match features one of the toughest competitors in the game and a 6-time world champion, a true legend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mark King and the Nugget, Steve Davies.
Steve Davies, Mark King, two Essex lads on a night out in Blackpool, enjoying themselves. And the grand old master, Steve Davies, with the bulk of the support. And talking of grand old masters, I'm glad to say, joining me in the commentary box for the first time this tournament, the great WT.
Oh, that was a horrible in there, wasn't it, Phil? But thank you very much indeed. And obviously, interesting match, practice partners. Mark King, in fairness, I think it's his life. Whether he can continue that fashion in this one-frame shootout remains to be seen.
King versus Steve Davies. 20-second shot clock in operation. Let the shootout begin.
What a precise lag it was from Steve Davies. But he's saying to Mark King, you can break him.
Thank you. Mark King to break.
I must admit that that's probably come because over the years that Davies played in the Premier League, he wasn't very good at breaking off. He wasn't finding the top cushion. He was always leaving that shot to nothing on. He probably wishes he would have broke now because he's only faced with a safety shot.
Yes, he went through a phase, didn't he, where he was tickling the cue ball off two cushions into the pack dead weight. But of course you can't do that here under these rules.
Wonderful ovation that Steve Davies got as he came into the room, and undoubtedly our game's greatest ambassador. Not a good chance this, even though it's half a chance. The red is on, but if the black had been available, I wouldn't have made it on. But if the black's not available, I don't know quite how he can get back up the table. A lot of top spin here, a little bit of left-hand side just to straighten the cue ball up. Yes, it was very difficult, that.
Right, now listen up, please. We're all for noise, we're all for positive encouragement, but we're on the shot, you keep it sensible, okay?
Michaela just asking for a little bit of decorum, really, when they're on the shot. You know, we're all for having a good time, she says, but let's just give them a bit of silence on the shot. Quite a pleasure being told off by Michaela, actually, Phil, don't you think?
I think there's more chance of a 1-4-7 break here than me making a response to that.
The black is available into the right-hand corner, so he does have the angle to stun through the gap of the reds. There you see the shot played perfectly. And if the red just above the black will pot in, yes, you can see it will do. So this is a really good chance now. He can just stun on and off the cushion. And I don't know why it is. I mean, Mark King's been a pro. You'll tell me exactly how long, Phil, in a few seconds. But I think he's playing the best snooker of his career at the moment.
Well, he's been a professional for exactly 20 years. Came into the game when the sport went open, as it were, in 1991.
17.
And wasn't he a revelation at the Masters when he beat Mark Selby, the defending champion, in the first round?
Yes, he just seems to have grown a little bit of inner confidence, you know, maybe. Okay, he's not the greatest break builder. Got some guts. He was a little bit unlucky in the second round of the Masters where he was ill
24.
and didn't play particularly well, but I think Mark King could get quite close to winning a couple of tournaments this year.
25.
Well, he told us down at Wembley that he's been working specifically on improving his break building. He did so for 3 or 4 weeks prior to going to the Masters. We'll see here whether he's really sharpened up.
I think a lot of it can be learned by watching the top players play. You know, we see them so much on television now making century
32.
breaks, and a lot of players come and they still play the wrong shots going into the pack. I mean, I'm a big advocate of going into the pack at the right time, and a lot of players don't. And Mark King has decided now, I think, to watch people like Stephen Hendry and John Higgins and obviously the great Ronnie O'Sullivan
33.
and learn something from them.
Here's a stat for you. 20 years a professional. He's only made, on average, just slightly less than 4 centuries a season during that time, but he's on a 147 here. 147, wow, that would be extraordinary.
Well, every commentator's mentioned that's been commentating this evening. We've had everything this evening, apart from a century. Could it be the century that's going to be a 147? Mark King has never had one in a tournament, has he, Phil?
146 is best.
Well, he's taking a shot into the middle and not playing for the black, so that's the end of that.
41.
But not the end of the break. This is the key shot. There's enough room to play 2 cushions and play for the red that's behind the black spot. But decided to play 1 cushion, so that tells me there must be something on here. Oh, that's a kiss of kisses. That is one of the best kisses you could ever
43.
get. Wow, you dream of those.
Remember
44.
years back in the Welsh Open, after a titanic battle, King beating Davies 5-4 on the black. Got the impression this might not be anywhere near as close as that. In fact, he could wrap it up in a single visit.
As if by magic,
51.
Mark King passes the 51 points.
15
just as we're coming up to
shot
the
clock
15
in
seconds.
operation.
52.
So it looks like frame over here. So Steve said he had the 1 shot really. He's having to sit out a possible frame winning break.
And I think
59.
the number of frames where a player has failed to pot a ball is fast approaching 10 already. We've seen many of them blanked.
60.
And we've seen many of them only have 1 shot. Just 1 more red and colour needed for Mark King to make the frame safe, and then he can try and make a century.
67. 68.
Warmly acknowledged by this sizable Blackpool crowd, realising that was frame ball.
$75. 76.
Little cannon into the pink and 2 reds here. Well, he doesn't look like he's playing it. Oh, he is. He's still playing it. So now he has a very good chance of a century, and there's plenty of time. 3 minutes 30.
Well, when he played Jimmy Robertson last night,
84.
the crowd were doing a Mexican wave. This time, Mark King is on the crest of a wave.
$90. 91.
We've not had a total clearance yet in this tournament.
97.
There's every chance we could have one here, but the last red and the brown, as you can see,
98.
are in a terrible position. But the fact that last red is perfect for a left-handed player, so you'd expect him to possibly play that one. He's played it well. Brought it into play. Fabulous century break. Thoroughly deserved. Now, can we get our first total clearance?
105.
He's got plenty of time.
That's not the best of shots there. Played with a lot of check side. Didn't get enough check side on.
I've got no idea.
What a great shot that was. But brown to blue is going to need one of his very, very best.
what a pity. In that frame, the winner on the mark. Steve Davies standing impassively. Will he concede? Go on, Steve, enter into the spirit.
Trying to run the clock down.
He's frozen there.
I think he wants to run the clock down.
He's saying he didn't play his shot in time, so it's a foul. 5 points to King.
Do you want me to foul you? For the record?
Confusion reigns with Steve Davies, a mischievous sort.
Davies wants Mark King to have a foul because he didn't play his shot in the time, but you've still won the match.
I know what Steve's after. You said he was a great ambassador. He's trying to give the crowd full value for money.
You are through to the next round. Steve Davies, you're out.
On the mark, King Ace.